I'm so freaking mad. Brass buttons are here. Anyway, how you been? The last round of metal buttons did really well, and sorry, that was like such a dumb intro. The last metal buttons did really well, and I was super excited to bring them back, but they require special molds. And the aluminum and copper, all the metal, it's real metal, it's really abrasive on the molds. So the first round of them destroyed the molds towards the end, and I was just kind of waiting for demand to build back up to make sense to make new molds. And now we're here. And in addition to brass being in stock literally now, go to the site, pause the video, please come back, watch time's important. Aluminum and copper are also back in stock. So that's pretty cool. I've been working my butt off. Check it out. Here is a raw brass button. Here it is next to a copper, and I can't really hold three at once. So here it is next to aluminum. We'll get into it. This video is not going to be nearly as involved as the last one. This is my busiest time of the year, and you guys have been keeping me very busy. So thank you again. I've just been working nonstop. So I'll probably throw some clips in of, what to do, how to work on these, what you saw in the last video, as well as maybe just watch the last video as well. They're both good. Hopefully this one's cool. A little bit of housekeeping. Let's see. Since we last spoke, the Alien Splat went live for Halloween, and Blood Splat, which looks really good on the white Steam Deck, which also came out. Future editing me here, forgot that I also launched Arctic White, which looks really good on the new Steam Deck, as well as a new Party Blue variant, and restocked Timo's D-pads finally. So hi Timo from Deckverse if you're watching, and I think that's it. It's been very busy the last couple months. Okay, bye. Here we go, we got some new TouchProtect carbon fiber, white, same perfect quality that we're known for, automotive vinyl, real deal, actual texture, etc. Don't buy the fakes, they suck. And yeah, what else? I don't know. I've just been trying to keep things in stock, to be honest. Working pretty much, I wake up every day, like including weekends, and have some espresso maybe, or maybe even just have it here and get to town. It's like 11 o'clock right now, and I'm trying to crank this video out, ideally for tomorrow. Expect one more video by the end of the year, and it's just kind of a year recap. Like I could ramble on and on about how crazy this year was. Started out weird, but anyway, we'll get to that later. Enjoy this one, and I appreciate you guys as always. And I'm just gonna crank this out and get back to the holiday rush. Every time this year, my friends know I probably won't hang out with you. Anyway, thank you again for keeping me busy. I love doing this. This is like everything I've always wanted. So thank you for keeping me afloat and allowing this to exist. I'll just show you some brass now. How about that? All right, see you later, bye. Oh wait, one more thing. Editing me again, it's 1:30 in the morning. No, one more thing, I realize I ramble so much. I'm gonna put that in the end of the video. It's about the giveaway. All right, bye. Let's do a little last video speed run, okay? Here's the important bits. Now both of these are a hybrid of resin and real metal, and what that does is yeah. So they're not 100% metal, they're not 100% plastic, they're a mix of both. You get the benefits of both. The benefits of plastic are that they fit well and they perform well, and the benefits of metal are that they're a little heavier, they feel nice to the touch because they're a little colder once you first pick them up, and you can do all these cool mods to them. Now the downsides of this whole thing is that they can, don't mess them up. Don't oversand them, don't take a Dremel to them like I did, and only a couple of you did that last time, so I'm proud of you. And speaking of that, and hey, a quick disclaimer before we get started. Any sort of modification you do on your end once these arrive is entirely on you. So if you decide you do a finish on them and you're not really happy with the result, that's not something I'm gonna warranty or replace. I mean, this part's important, don't mess them up. Remember that part I said about the molds dying eventually. So yeah, I mean, I have some spares, but once those molds die, you might have to wait, so don't do that. The couple people that messed theirs up got invoiced, and I had some extras, thankfully, but don't do that. Don't mess them up. The brushed look is by far the easiest to do. It looks nice, and it's kind of hard to mess up. New clip alert! This is the steel wooling of the brass buttons, and it looks really cool, and I still suggest that to most of you, and it kind of looks gold, so it's pretty neat. Let's watch. All right, just like before, we've got the steel wool and a raw D-pad. Now a reminder, or if you haven't seen the previous video, this side is, hold on, let me grab a Steam Deck. Now a reminder about the orientation of the D-pad. This part right here that looks missing is how it sits in the shell. So this left piece here overhangs, and that's why that part is missing. So my preferred method is side to side with this piece on the left-hand side. So let's go for it. Steel wool and your D-pad. So you just brush, and I like to go in one direction. It looks a little nicer. And you see that brass is starting to really come out. This is where the brass is. It looks so cool to me. The raw version is fine, but I really prefer once you start to see that shine. Let's keep it moving. Look at that. And that's all. Look how cool that looks. Very simple to do. This is what I would prefer. You can take it a step further and polish, but I believe this is the best option for most of you guys. It just looks really cool. It really brings out the brass and the shine. And here is a raw D-pad. And then here is the brushed. What do you think? It brightens it up and makes it a little more rich gold versus, you know, a little more dull. This one's uncut, so. Now let me show you more advanced techniques. Here's polishing. Proceed at your own risk. Polishing is time consuming and it requires patience. Time to bust out the Dremel, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Not that one. This one right here. All right, just like last time, I'm gonna remind you, don't do what I'm about to do. Anyway, here is a recap. This is a freshly steel wooled D-pad. We are going to take Mother's mag and aluminum polish, and we are going to put it on a Dremel that you should not put it on. Put it on a microfiber or something like that. And then we're gonna see what happens. Remember, if you, sorry, hold on. I'd like to remind you that if you do this, I won't replace them, etc., etc. Watch the last video. Don't break your buttons doing this. And again, if you're using a power tool on a plastic/metal hybrid, you might break it, so don't do that. And if you are using a power tool that I don't recommend, you should do it on the lowest setting and be careful, light with it. Anyway, this is about to fly everywhere, so check it out. If you put a high RPM spinning power tool against a plastic surface, you can melt it, you can snap the tab off. I'm not really sure. I didn't experience any issues. I did the slowest setting you could do on the Dremel, barely any pressure against the button itself, and I was very meticulous about it. But I'm not doing the edges too much. Maybe I will. I don't know. Now, the polish itself gets really dark, and it does kind of get lost, or it likes to hide in the grooves of the buttons. Remember, all our D-pads, our buttons are textured, and that is on purpose. It's to make a little more grip, and it also kind of matches the Steam Deck shell a little bit better than the stock buttons, and yada yada. This is really shiny though. It still has some work to do. Again, inside the texture itself is a little darker, but I kind of like that. It's almost, you know, it gives it character. Anyway, here is a polished one. Watch it catch the light. I'll probably film it with a different camera up close with the macro lens, the usual, so you can kind of see a little bit better than me holding it up with a bunch of green light behind me, etc. But I mean, that shined it up pretty well. What do you think? Should I do some buttons too? Little behind the scenes, here's some extras that didn't quite make the cut. Typically these ones are ones that I wouldn't want to send you guys. They'd have like a small air bubble on the front or the back, or like, so, you know, just little imperfections that you wouldn't want to sell to a paying customer. But they're good for this kind of thing, where I can dig through this bin, try to piece together a set, and put a Dremel on it. It's crazy how dark it gets before you wipe it all away. Like, it looks like you're just making them worse. Look at that. Oh yeah, nice and polished, huh? That looks way better than stock. All right, hold on. Okay, all right, let's check that out. Cool. All right, anyway. This should bring back the nice shine that the polish provided and get rid of all the extra polish. All I'm using is just standard dish soap and water and a sponge, a soft sponge. Look, this side has Brillo on it. You could actually use that to brush your buttons instead of steel wool. But I am not doing that right now. I'm just cleaning these. It does look really cool, all polished up. If you did a better job than I did, which you definitely can, this will look pretty awesome. But again, don't use a Dremel. Hi. This is what I'm trying to show you. Getting late. Edit me again. Hello, I'm tired. I didn't really do any patina-ing in this video for the brass, but I know it's possible. I haven't really looked it up in depth, so hopefully one of you guys does. And here's a cool clip of some copper that patina'd from the last time, but you've never seen them before. It's cool. Okay, bye. So this video is very unplanned. I'm just kind of running with it, and it's all over the place in terms of filming. Hopefully I'll make it more cohesive when we edit. But I want to show you these. These were the copper ones that I left out when I filmed the last video. I don't think I put that even in the video, but these have been sitting outside since the release of the originals. So there's some natural patina for you. I'm gonna throw a brass one out there as well and just keep it going. We'll check in on them, and that's all. One more thing. The giveaway from the last video is still going on. I wanted to make those, it was the special set. It was like the last set I made in my previous place where I did this, my old house. And they were important to me, but I realized maybe not everyone wants that set. So I'm scrapping that. You can still have that set if you want, but I'm just gonna be, when we hit 1,000 subs, someone can get a free set of their choice that's ideally in stock, or that set. You know, that one's important to me. I have 2 of them. So if you wanna match, we can. If not, how about a set of your choice? Anyway, thank you again, and I'm done rambling. All right, see ya.